Welcome back, listeners. I'm your host, Grace Starr. Today we have a new channeling from Clovistia. And I have to tell you, today she has decided to channel it to me with pictures. So sometimes it's a little bit harder for me to translate, but I'm going to do the best I can. So here we go. There is a doorway to the soul that you need to be aware of to access and reap the greatest enlightenment benefits during your lifetime, which is why you are here on this spiritual road. My words are not new, but they have been forgotten across time. Your human mind needs to wake up and be aware that there is an absolute connection between your physical body and the divine source that is exchanging information with you continuously. Once you fully grasp and accept this idea, it opens an entire doorway to your soul's spiritual growth in an entirely new way. There is a relationship between what you eat and when you eat it, because it is important for humans to understand that living creatures that are born from parents, each and every one, have a soul and a level of spiritual awareness and consciousness that humans are completely disconnected from. Humans do not think that creatures have a spirit or soul or spiritual connection to anything at all. They think that they exist and go into nothingness at the end of their life. The divine source is not so wasteful to simply throw away souls and spiritual energy in this manner. When you consume creatures that have a soul and a level of enlightenment, you accept the consequences of how that animal was raised, cared for, slaughtered, prepared for consumption, and consumed, and the impact of that consumption on your spiritual journey. All creatures, great, small, and unseen, share a connection with the divine source. It is true, each creature has attained its own level of consciousness different than human beings. They carry and share a different type of consciousness, and although they are not aware of their impending death, they are very much aware of their experience as a living creature, and they do make choices to avoid injury and demonstrate self-preservation. All creatures, even insects, will avoid the shoe if it is headed their way. So the divine source knows exactly what the animal has experienced in relationship to your abilities to control the lifestyle and situation for the creature before you consume it. Let me tell you what she's showing me to channel to you. It's kind of complex, but I just want to share this with you. Hold on, I'm going to describe the image that she's showing me. So, if you can visualize for a moment the divine source as a large energy orb, and your human self as a smaller energy orb, and the creature as an even lesser, smaller orb. There are three, but they're interconnected. The lifestyle and the slaughter and the consumption of the animal generates a frequency that goes from the creature through you and up to the divine source, interconnected. I'm not sure you can visualize this image that she's showing me, but this action allows for the transmission of the connected frequencies between the three to be received by the divine source, to know all that is happening, what your intent is, the experience of the animal, the behavior of those that participated. So much more is happening than you can possibly imagine or that I can express. My words are just not enough to really express the images that she shows to me. But when you understand this concept, it will make it impossible for you to disrespect any creature, because you, in fact, will be harming and certainly damaging the divine connection and consciousness contained within the creature, as well as your own divine connection, affecting your own spiritual growth and journey. Your job as the consumer is to make sure that that creature is raised in a compassionate environment with humans that do no harm during the growing process. If the human truly cares, it is even better. The creature should be fed food that does not contain meat from any other creatures, which ruins the divine connection. Let me give you an example. Consider ground beef. Currently, some butchers combine meat from many individuals that are grouped together and then ground up into large mixed amounts to be sold. Literally, at times, in commercial packing houses, there may be bits and parts from thousands of steers or cows that are blended together to make ground beef to be sold in individual packages. The problem is, if you blend all of these different souls together, it creates a kind of mix of toxic negativity, because each soul has a different level of spiritual growth, including the human consumer, which is yet another frequency. By blending these frequencies together, it challenges the spiritual growth for each soul. I know it is hard to grasp, but when this negative product is consumed, it is no longer fuel for your body. It has a destructive behavior, so that on your cellular level, these creatures' cells create chaos in the human body and ill soul health, which is a negative frequency. This leads to endless spiritual and physical health problems. You have to understand this so that you can remove this negative behavior from your lives, and so your soul can acquire spiritual health for you. This is the doorway to your soul that is needed, as it will nourish your body properly, leading you to change in your current frequency to a healing frequency. You have the choice as a human to decide. Be aware of how each animal is raised, how it is respected, what it is fed, what its lifestyle is. All interactions affect the soul of the animal, and that affects its level of spiritual growth, which impacts the human body. When you raise this animal, there's a bond of connection that goes much, much deeper than what humans accept it to be. It is an actual joining of the God part in you and the God part in the animal, a spiritual point that grows and develops into a profound spiritual connection. If the creature is blessed before it is slaughtered, either halal or kosher, it is best. But in all cases, humane treatment is a must. You may say that you do not have access to raise an animal. Alternatively, you can go to a meat market and ask for a specific individual creature to be prepared for you. Simply use a single animal, not a mix. You can also join with like-minded individuals and possibly buy a single animal from a local reputable rancher that follows the rules that we are talking about. When you buy a portion of one animal and make ground beef all from the same animal, it is a positive step. Just use one section of an individual for your meat source. When possible, buy grass-fed and free-range. Think about what you are buying. You are the judge of the consequences for you and the animal. Then make the best choice, always looking for better options each time you buy. By joining with others to buy a single individual that you can share the choices of, you enhance the synergy. There are options out there. If your meat is halal or kosher, make sure that the method of slaughter was the truth, and that the humane treatment and conditions were met and absolutely followed. It's your responsibility. When possible, be present to witness what will happen and monitor the humanity. Now let's turn our attention away from creatures to plants. The vibration and frequency of plants is absolutely healing to the human body, but I doubt that you are aware of that interchange. When you hold the plant seeds in your hand and plant them in the ground, tend them, water and care for them, you create a very special connection with the divine source and with the plant. Scientifically, this connection has been measured. If you knew or understood how this affects you, all of you would seek it out time and time again. Many of you will not understand this divine connection between you, the plant, and the divine source. Your spiritual body continuously exchanges frequency with the divine connection at its optimum if you eat products at the right time of year and rest in between harvest cycles and different plant products, which is why that all plants yield a harvest at different times of the year in your local area. For example, if you eat a certain plant that is harvested in April, the following month you will naturally eat the plants that are harvested in May. But you are not aware that the plant in May will detox the April plant because each plant has its own frequency and has a healing effect to the spiritual body. In your area, you may be able to buy and consume certain plants all year round, but your body was not intended to receive that frequency all year round. Your frequency is affected by eating the right plants at the right time of year. The plants that are local to your area grow in the growing season that is consistent with the weather conditions, soil and water quality, environmental factors. Most plants are intended to produce a harvest once a year. They are planted, tended, harvested, and yes, talk to your plants. It's healthy for both of you. And develop a relationship with them. It is not only me telling you this, but it has been scientifically proven that plants and trees respond to communications and attention throughout their lives before you consume them. Make sure that they are naturally ripe, because all of this matters and allows the nutrition to be at a certain frequency to be absorbed completely spiritually. Growing your own plants may not be possible in your area, but you can seek local farmers markets or make relationship with those that have access or grow them indoors. Eating specific plants all year round doesn't allow your body to detoxify and rest throughout the year. Different plants have different energy factors that affect your body, and it allows your body to be rejuvenated. So your body is naturally in a work-rest cycle when it's consuming plants. By eating from your local available harvest, your body will naturally cycle through those choices, which has physical and spiritual health benefits. Not only can you consume plants, herbs, creatures, insects, you can also make them into medicinals that are fuel for your body and your soul. There is something so intrinsic about what happens inside your body between the divine connection when you connect with plants and creatures and nature and your own soul. It is this spiritual connection that must drive our choices as we move forward in hopes of healing our own frequencies as well as the frequency that is toxic on our planet, as discussed in Season 2, Episode 1. You cannot expect to heal your own soul and at the same time be cruel to other people, animals, plants, mammals, living things. This is a profound issue that you must understand before your healing frequency can progress. Humans cannot stand as a single individual frequency alone. You should stand connected with others, and when all are moving in the same direction with the same healing frequency, the power is great. Imagine if 8 million souls truly believed that their actions can make a difference. What if you understood the effect that eating has on your spiritual body? Everything you eat, plants, creatures, insects, vibrates at a different frequency, which is the critical point to understand. By eating properly and awareness of your divine connection, The exchange of divine energy that flows will maintain not only your spiritual growth and health, but will also facilitate the healing for others and then the whole of humanity and the planet. Thank you. That is Clovistia's channeling for today. I know that it was a lot. I hope that you're able to understand what she was trying to share with you from the cosmos. Thank you to all of our listeners. If you have enjoyed our frequency journey today, please share it with your family and friends. Make sure to visit us at clovistia.com, or you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook, where we have about 1 million followers over there. Until next time, please share your frequency.